What's up, digital marketing agency owners? On today's video, I want to talk about scale. And really one of the keys to scale within your agency so that you can create more freedom is you have to have a great hiring process, specifically on the operations side of the equation, especially when it comes to operations management, client account management, SEO, pay-per-click, social media. And what I want to share with you are the cheat codes for hiring. These are the cheat codes that had a huge impact on our growth, the ability to put the right people in place that actually do a world-class job for our clients so that we can continue to grow, we can continue to feel confident in what we're selling, and we can scale. So if you're excited about the cheat codes, you're going to want to watch this video. So I don't know about you, I'm a 1990s kid, and I grew up playing Nintendo. And there was a game that I loved called Contra. And if anybody is watching and you kind of remember this, there was a code that you could enter in Contra that gave you unlimited lives. It was up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, select, start. And when you typed that, you got unlimited lives. And as I grew my digital marketing agency, plumbing and HVAC SEO, I started to think, man, I wish I knew what the cheat codes were in the various areas of this business, in terms of growing the business, in terms of hiring the right people. And I really believe that I've landed on a mechanism that helps me consistently hire the right people that can plug in, that are going to stick around, and that are going to get things done within the business. And I'm a big time student of this game, right? Of really growing the business and scaling. Some of the best books on scale I've talked about in other videos, but scaling up, Traction, the E-Myth Revisited. All of these talk about the fact that as you grow and scale, to truly have a business, you can't be doing it all yourself, right? You shouldn't be the one selling. You shouldn't absolutely be the one delivering. You shouldn't be the one doing all of the work within the business. So you have to get good at building an organizational chart, hiring the right people, training them up, putting systems and procedures in place so that your business can grow and can get things done without you. And so really it's all around, like, how do you build that team? How do you build that infrastructure for growth within the business? And a couple of the positions that I found you need to remove yourself from in your business as you grow, as you scale, right? First thing you need to do is get yourself out of operations management. Because as the owner in the business, as the entrepreneur, and the person that's decided I'm going to run this agency and I'm going to grow it, you're probably got relatively good at building websites or writing content or building funnels or running Facebook ads, and you're a technician, right? You're like, I know how to do that stuff. But if you want to have a real business, you have no business doing the work within it, right? You have to price yourself accordingly, and you have to remove yourself from the actual operations. What I have found is that the entrepreneur is usually somebody that is very creative, is very energetic. And if you think about it in the terms of Colby, which we're going to be talking about here in a minute, is usually high quick start. Like, you get excited about something. You love learning new information and saying, all right, let's go do that. All right, let's go implement that. All right, let's go put this in place. But you're very low follow through, which means you'll get excited for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, and you'll start to lose focus, you start to lose attention, and it'll go by the wayside. And that's what happened with me and my business partner, Dean, over the years. We were very high quick start guys, and we were excited about project management. So it was like, oh, we're gonna use Basecamp, and we would set everything up on Basecamp and all these little tasks, and then we would know what needed to be done. But because we're so low follow through, we wouldn't check the boxes. And before we knew it, Basecamp had 1 million tasks instead of just the ones for that particular client. And what we recognized was, if the business was going to deliver results, if we were going to continue to grow and scale, we as the entrepreneur weren't going to be the ones to manage the project management system, to check all of the boxes. We had to get operations management within the business in place. And so I'm going to talk about some of the cheat codes to get good operations management in place within your business. Outside of that, you're also going to hire account managers, people that talk with the clients and manage the relationships and keep those clients excited about why they're working with you. And let's face it, also a very high follow-through position. Somebody that's got to be okay having those monthly calls. Somebody that's going to have to be okay writing down the notes and following up with the client and making sure that the requests that they had got completed and closing the loop on stuff. I'm going to share some of the cheat codes to make sure you get good account managers in place within your business. And then number three, on sales, on marketing, on personal support, really I think these are the positions you hire in that exact order. You hire an operations manager, then you start to hire account managers, and then you need a personal assistant to free your time, right? And a lot of the things that you're probably doing within your business today, whether it's helping to do your marketing, booking your travel, doing routine tasks, require a high level of follow through that you're probably not very good at. And so I'm going to share some cheat codes on how to hire the right people for that. Bottom line, this is a Kolbe assessment. Kolbe, Kolbe, and if you look up wherewithal.com or Kolbe.com, you'll see exactly what this is. This mechanism gives you the ability to test yourself, test your team, and understand what their operating modality is. And so most agency owners, or most business owners for that matter, are high quick start, low follow through. And so it's not charted here, but we got fact find, follow through, quick start, and then implementation. And the fact that we're all high follow through is very powerful. It means that we can come up with new ideas. It means that we can dream big. It means that we can take massive quick action. It means that we can make things happen that most people can't. But it also means that we're not usually good at carrying things through. If you ever feel like you've got shiny object syndrome, or if your team is like, geez, you're constantly changing what you're trying to do, you're constantly changing the niche, constantly changing the service offering, constantly changing the operations management tool, constantly changing what the service actually does, it's because you're high quick start, but you're low follow through. And really, you want to find somebody that's going to be your team. You want to make sure that they can help fill in the gaps for you, and you can be good with the ideas, and you get operations management people in place that are higher on the follow-through side of the equation. This is my Colby assessment. So I'm relatively high fact find, which means I like to do my research. I like to know what's going on. I'm pretty low follow-through, not as low as some, but kind of a 4 on follow-through, which means I can get things done, but it's not my preferred thing. I'd rather come up with the idea and let somebody else take it. I'm modestly high quick start, 7, which means I can take an idea and I can run with it and I can take massive quick action. And I'm a 3 implementer. It's like doing things with my hands. I don't like to build. I don't like to do handiwork around the house. That's kind of somebody's high implementer. They like to do that type of stuff. If I have one message I want to make sure resonates as I kind of talk through these cheat codes, is that you need to find high follow through people that you put in place in your operations. I've seen this in my agency. I've seen it in the hundreds of agencies we work with at Seven Figure Agency. Oftentimes when it comes to hire, like I need that operations manager, need that account manager, we'll interview people and we'll see them and we'll be excited by their energy. We're like, man, they're high energy, they're professional, they're a lot like me. And that's what I want, is I want to hire somebody like me that can be the operations manager or that can be the SEO person. And the reality is that's the worst person you could possibly put in place, because somebody like you isn't going to do the work, isn't going to follow through. And so using Kolbe gives you the ability to test for that and to be able to say, okay, you seem like a good fit. You've got all of the right characteristics. Let me have you do a Kolbe assessment and I can see whether it's actually going to be a fit, not just for like a week or two, but for the long term. Because the other thing I find with a lot of our hires before I started using the Kolbe assessment was I'd find somebody, I'd be like, they seem really good. I think they've got all the right attributes. Let's put them in place. And they'll hit the ground, and usually if they're high, quick start, they'll hit the ground and they'll be super impressive in the first week, in the first month, maybe even into the first 3 months. But by the 3rd, 4th, 5th month, they start to trail off. They start to stop being consistent. They start to like go sideways on you. Maybe they say, hey, look, I've already got another job, and they leave, and you've spent all the energy getting them trained up, and they're already out the door. And that's because you didn't test, and you didn't have the cheat codes that I'm sharing with you on this video. And so this is our operations manager. Also, our integrator has the same exact Kolbe profile. And what I'm going to tell you is, for operations management, for account management, and for operational support, the number one thing I look for, now they have to meet the core values and they've got to be a good fit for the organization, but the number one thing I want to see is, if they do a Kolbe assessment, are they a high follow through? High follow through person is willing to do redundant work, is going to do the work on a consistent basis, is usually going to take a little bit longer to make a decision, a little bit longer to say yes to the position, but they're also, once they're in, very loyal and very consistent and very willing to stick with it for the long term, which is what your business needs. It needs to counterbalance you. And so that's our operations manager. Very high fact find, which means they like to know what's going on, and very high follow through. Usually in agency space, you're gonna want this side of a Colby assessment to be relatively high. The implementer isn't that important because there's very rarely that you're gonna have one of your team members actually building things with their hands. So the quick start can be helpful, especially in the startup phase in your business, and you need someone that can make decisions and kind of act on their own. But in my mind, as you grow, as you scale, that's where you want to be. High follow through, high fact find. Emphasis right here. And so you really want to find people that can counterbalance you. So in my case, I'm a 7 quick start and relatively low follow through. My business partner, Dean at Plumbing and HVAC SEO, is a super high quick start and like a 1 follow through. So we needed a lot of additional follow through support. And so look at yourself and be honest. Some of us, maybe we are higher follow through and we don't need that, follow through mechanism as much. But I really hope this is empowering for you. This was a game changer for us in our agency. It's something we teach all of our 7-figure agency members to do, is that when we're hiring for positions, we run them through a Kolbe assessment. It costs about $55. And knowing the cheat code, knowing what you're looking for, you can be more consistent with getting the right people that are actually going to do the work and that are going to be loyal and stick with you long term, which is the key to deliver results for your clients, to grow your team, and to scale your operations. And so now you have the cheat codes, just like we had in the old days of Contra on Nintendo, that you can use in your agency. This isn't an affiliate link or anything. This is just a tool we use. You can sign up for an account at wherewithal.com. It costs about $55 per assessment. So this will save you money. It will save you heartache. It will make you a more productive business. And kind of as you look at all of the areas within your operation, typically, outside of sales and marketing, you're looking for high follow through and high fact find within those roles. So I hope this was helpful. This is only like one part of the whole strategy you want to put in place as you think about scaling your agency, right? We got to hire the right people. We've got to know the positions. We got to have great descriptions. We got to have great SOPs and procedures. If you'd like to go through my training where I kind of outline the key things you need to put in place to scale your agency so you can create more freedom, you can create more consistency, you can access that by going to 7figureagency.com/scale. That's 7figureagency.com/scale. There I share our organizational chart and some of the key pillars and the key strategies you need to put in place to truly scale your agency to the next level. So if you got value from this video, press the like button. Be sure to subscribe for future videos around landing clients, delivering results, retention, and scale. And if you feel like this was helpful, I'd like you to type cheat codes in the comments, because you now have the cheat codes for hiring the right people to help support your operations. That's it for today. I'll talk to you soon.